Well, how you doing, guys? So today is June 26th, and we spent the whole day with Mark Esposito, Terence, and
Aurélie,
Aurélie. It was really totally different day that you would have expected. So I think it's good for all of us to just talk about it. So let's start with Carl. Carl, what do you think about today?
Yeah, I think obviously very good to be here, and with the lecturers actually launching the book, so that was an additional bonus, and we got a free copy, which is always nice, which we're sure to read. I think, in terms of artificial intelligence, obviously something that we hear a lot, and people mention it, and there's a lot of myths around it. But today was really good in the sense in terms of actually understanding what it not is and what it means for us as we think about the future and what the opportunities are around artificial intelligence. I think, as I've mentioned, there's obviously quite often a negative connotation around it, but we must think about how we can use it, and it's not at the expense of humans, but as to how humans can use it in what we do and how we drive our future.
Yeah. And you know what? I think, with all due respect, we're going to have to look at each other.
Yeah, we have to. Can I add something on that?
Yeah,
so, for me, what strikes me, and I think it's very important, is that artificial intelligence is more about leveraging and facilitating people that just try to be the intruder and just collapsing everything that exists in someone's life, either on a social level or on a commercial level. So if we go with this direction, then we can see how best we can utilize that and use technology in the best way than just try to be very afraid of that. And we need to go with a positive mind. And I think that was very clear today, either from Aurélie or from Mark especially. And that was also the bridge that going from technology, what happens in the financial sector where Terence, in his very vibrant and lively way, he tried to tell us the story of what happens in the banking sector, much better than us. Coming from a traditional model to the fintech model, where you see again the technology is changing the process, but not the actual operation model. So I think that was great, and I would like to hear from you what you think about the two different models that seems to be quite similar, like look-alike models, but they start from a different point. Is where they make money compared to where they should be focusing on a customer level.
Yes, exactly. I think it's obviously the point was clearly made around as to how fintechs are eating the bank's breakfast and will continue to do so in future. Sort of major impact on the industry. I think the bit we need to understand and still think about is around regulation and how that will impact the fintechs. We haven't had a major fintech failure yet. So what will the impact of something
they
like that be?
They hide them.
That's so, especially for the retail banks, that is obviously the area where the focus is. The source of liabilities for banking is very important, and that's what the fintechs are really making inroads into. So, yes, a lot to think about.
Well, I think for me it was a very nice build-up for the day, because it started with Aurélie, which basically explaining the theory, starting at the micro level of actually how to look at the data and how to put it in a format that can be analyzed, and actually explaining where this theory can fail and how to make sure that the quality of the data really are. She's making sure it works for the system.
Yes.
And then going to Mark and talking about the practical aspect of the theory, which we started the day with, and put it into a frame that it's easy for everyone to just understand, and in a simple platform. And then finishing the day with Terence talking about the taking actually the AI piece and put it into into the finances and what you do with the data. And so I think for me this was.
And what was the common factor that actually changed the whole thing? That is, it's the king and all that. It's payment, because the moment you get
you
the
have
payment,
access. Once you have access
to data, and then you go into
and
salaries, and you go to payslips, and then you can just build a series of the different products and the services, and then you become the one who you are the closest to your consumer.
Right. The other thing is that the only way you can do an AI is to have an access to a platform. So if you don't have a platform, it will be very hard for you.
Yeah.
To look. So I think this was.
And now we drink a very nice glass of wine because we were at the presentation of the book, The AI Revolution, or I don't remember the. Oh my God! Don't remember
Republic.
the Republic. So it's the AI Republic.
A little wine.
Yeah. Very interesting, and I think the most interesting thing was that the collaboration, the chemistry between those two guys coming together, simplifying what is exactly behind AI and making more familiar to people, no matter the age. It was a very good way to close the day and then see what we're going to do tomorrow. Thank you, and see you next time. Ciao.
Cheers, bye. Alrighty. So this one is it.